Hello everyone, and you are with me in Wassup Gang Podcast. A trivia about Wassup Gang Podcast, it has been introduced in 2021, and at that time, Wassup Gang Podcast named or known as Wassup Gang Webinar. And the aim for this Wassup Gang Webinar on that time is to give the opportunity to the alumni who have joined the Youth Action Program to give back to the youth of to the country outside there to know more about exchange program. And if you want to know more about our program, you can follow our social media, JBSN Negara, belia.my, UIP JBSN, and of course, our official website, kbs.gov.my. Alright, today, with this fasting month season, or fasting month, we would like to call up one of the alumni, and a prolific alumni I might say, Miss Liyana Azizan, our clinical dietitian, to share his or her thought with us.
Hi, thank you. Hi, Yuzuk. Where do I look? Hi, everyone. I'm Liyana. Thank you for inviting me to have me as a guest here. Yeah.
Okay, Liyana. I want to start that I miss you so much, I guess.
Oh, thank you.
Because we have, it's been a while for us not meeting to each other, right?
Yes.
Okay, so during fasting month, so what is your activity?
Working as usual. Try to make sure that I have the same routine as before, as if like taking care of my diet, my foods, and exercise as usual, even though it's fasting month. And also more worshipping because it's a fasting month.
Okay, don't you want to say something about myself? You miss me, or maybe I'm thinner, or maybe I'm lean compared to previous 4 years we have not met.
Yes, exactly. You're looking great, more healthier, and cheerful. Probably because you are seeing me now. We are having this podcast,
yes,
right?
after 4 years, right? Okay, Liyana, what is the best memory for you to reminisce back during SSEAYP time?
I think there are a lot of memories that I couldn't point out. Like everything, like those 52 days that we had on board.
One of it, falling in love with the Japanese guy, right? Participating youth, am I right? Okay, get back to our point today about the healthy eating.
Yes.
Alright, so what do you think about the current issues about the obesity in Malaysia?
Alright, right now I feel like it's quite alarming, the issues that we are facing. The reason why I say alarming is because Malaysia is not showing going towards to reduce the targets of diet-related non-communicable disease.
Alright.
So macam too serious, right?
Okay, but before that, I believe that people outside might be asking me, who is
Yes.
Liyana Azizan actually? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Liyana Azizan is one of the clinical dietitian. She served Hospital Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia under the...
It is called Hospital HUKM. Sorry, can we just...
HUKM,
It's actually
under
not
which department?
It was actually the name of my hospital that I'm serving is UKM Specialist Children Hospital.
I see.
Yes.
So that's why we introduce. That's why we call Liyana to share with us about healthy eating, especially during fasting month. You know, I realized that now youth nowadays, when I know that they're busy with the classes or maybe their job, the workload and things like that, they always eat fast food. What do you think about that? Is that okay?
Alright, fast food is one thing that is very common because it's very easy to get fast, and sometimes people might label it as cheaper than the healthier foods. So what I would say to the youth out there, or just anyone in general, try to reduce fast food intake, because fast food intake is something that people take it very routine, like so habitual. So and actually fast food contains very high in sodium, and that is why
High sodium?
Yes.
You think I know what is sodium?
You think you don't know sodium? Sodium is garam.
Oh, garam.
Yes.
Oh.
So the reason
Salt.
why, yes, and
Okay.
that will cause the leading of we call it cardiovascular disease.
What?
cardiovascular disease.
Again, Wasco?
Cardiovascular disease.
Cardiovascular disease.
That is involve our heart.
Oh, really? It can
yes.
affect our heart?
Yes.
Okay, so of course, we talk about that sodium, monosodium and things like that. Okay, how does it relate with the obesity and things like that?
Okay, so when you're having...
Serious, right?
Serious. So when we're having very high sodium food, okay, or fast food. So such foods like this are imbalanced. So we have micronutrients like carbohydrates, protein, and fats. So what are the things in fast food are usually are very high in fats, sodium, instead of having the balanced amount of fiber, carbohydrate, protein. So when they are taking it excessively, so it's quite imbalanced. And in Malaysia, like we are all very sedentary. So when we are having sedentary lifestyle and then taking a lot of high fat foods, calories, and then that will actually lead to gaining weight.
Alright, I always follow your social media, and
thank you.
I saw your story. Every morning you will cut food, you know. So what's your intention? Because you're doing it for every day.
All right.
Why?
Thank you for that question. I think that's very nice and good question to ask. The reason why I showcase such thing on my social media is because I want to show people that creating a habit is very important. So when we have something that we do repetitively, that will become our habit. So it's very important to create such habits. So that's why every morning I will have, first thing first, I will have yogurt and then fruits as well. So when I have this routine, I wouldn't be like thinking of something else to eat. Yes, I do eat nasi lemak, roti canai, but then it's very occasionally.
Do we need to count our calorie?
No, you don't have to count your calories.
Okay.
This is one thing that Malaysian likes to do. Like they want to know the calories. And then so what? When you know the calories, but the calories that you're taking, is it balanced? Is it healthy calories? So if the calories is 500 kilocalories, but mostly are fat,
I see.
what's the use?
Okay.
What's the use, right?
Back in 2019, that time my weight around 120. I'm not shy to tell that. And then during that time, Cik Nick say that kena kurus. So your experience when you go on board on the ship Nippon Maru,
Alright.
Does it matter for us to reduce weight? Does it matter?
That's a hard question, actually.
You have to be truthful. This is podcast. You have to be truthful because youth outside there, they need to know. They need to have a lean body, or if they are, quite voluptuous, do they are okay to join or not? Or maybe they are asking for you to advise them.
Alright. So of course, I would suggest to be in a healthier BMI range.
Okay.
So perhaps when you are on board, when you are joining such programs, right? So eventually you will gain weight during the program, but that's okay. It means that you are happy. But then just be mindful on choosing the foods you are joining the program at. So as for me, like I was joining the SSEAYP program, so a lot of foods that is being served during that time. But there are also sections for salads, vegetables. So just always be balanced to take your carbohydrates, your fiber. Fiber is compulsory every time you eat.
Okay, I like that statement. So now, what is the correct way for us to, to maintain our healthy eating? The correct way, actually. Is the pyramid useful?
A pyramid is useful, but what you guys can actually do is very simple. Like, what do you use to eat? What do you put the food at? The plate, right? So have you guys ever heard of suku-suku separuh?
Yeah.
Right. So that is very important. Like when you're having your plate, just make sure everything is in suku-suku separuh. So suku-suku separuh, suku is what? What is it, Yuzo?
Suku is rice.
Rice, okay. Another suku is?
Suku is I don't know.
So suku is rice, another suku is protein, and the half should be vegetables and also fruits. So it's quarter half. So the quarter will be rice, another quarter will be your protein-based chicken, fish, or anything. And the half should actually be your fiber, vegetables or fruits. Wajib, kena.
But when you say about fiber, fruit, it come across in my mind that I remember you told me saying that tak boleh cannot eat the whole guava because it going to the high sugar level will increase. I don't understand that. People say that fruit is good, right?
Yes.
But why we must also concern about the fruit intake?
Okay, that's another good question.
Of course.
Alright, so fruit intake still need to be controlled because when I said non-communicable disease earlier, non-communicable disease are such as cardiovascular disease, chronic respiratory disease, diabetes, kidney disease. So one of it is diabetes. So Malaysia is very prevalent, very very common Malaysian to get diabetic. So when you have, let's say your mother have diabetes, your father have diabetes, so you have the risk now to get diabetic in later life. But you can reduce if you're taking care of your food intake. So fruits yes,
intake.
food just now food intake.
Okay.
So in the food, fruits also plays a very crucial role because fruits have sugar inside. We call it fructose. So in the sugar, in the fruits itself ada sugar. There's a sugar inside. So we call it fructose. So when you're taking excessively, you're making your pancreas, the organ in your body ni, to release insulin to reduce the sugar because you're taking a lot of sugar and then the sugar spike and then your pancreas need to slow down like the sugar level. So when you make your pancreas work hard so much, later life the functionality might be reduced.
Okay, now we go a little bit about the exercising, you know. Alright,
okay.
so I saw nowadays my youth outside there especially, they are now becoming, how to say, they know what they're supposed to do in terms of exercise. They go to gym and then they exercise extensively. Okay, those who are going to gym, they are getting the protein. You know, is that okay?
As a clinical dietitian, I really would not suggest to go for protein powder. Of course, we as a dietitian would encourage for natural base. So go for natural protein base. Means that it's either animal base or non-animal protein base. So go get it from at least if you can't take it from the chicken, just take half-boiled egg or fish or chicken. Yeah, there's a lot of protein base that you can get instead of protein powder. Because I've seen a patient before.
Okay.
I've seen a patient before who came to me and was diagnosed with kidney disease because
Young?
The patient is quite young.
Okay.
And when I asked on the previous dietary intake, it was because of excessive intake of protein powder. There are a lot of this kind of cases. But then the people out there are still feel like, it doesn't affect me yet. So that's why.
Okay, now in the fasting month, so there's a lot of influencers outside, or we call them as a moral agent or influencer outside there, saying that do not take caffeine, do not take coffee because it have a chemical blah 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 blah, and then you're going to pee or you will throw all the water from your body quite often. Why we cannot drink coffee? Are you a coffee addict?
I love coffee.
Okay, so how do you control that? Because as a dietitian, I know that you cannot drink coffee, right? During fasting month,
you can drink coffee actually, and the reason why sometimes people say that coffee is not really recommended is because coffee will cause the body to absorb back the water in the body. So during fasting month,
interesting.
Research has shown that there will be mild dehydration in the body. Because
mild dehydration.
Yes, mild dehydration. So because we are fasting, right? So there's no water to hydrate our body. So when we are taking coffee or tea very frequent, like maybe during breaking fast or sahur, so your body itself is having mild dehydration, and then coffee itself.
What kind of mild dehydration? What is that?
Mild dehydration.
Mild dehydration. Okay.
So when you
had such a having a like kind of accent, Okay, I try to change myself to have that kind of accent.
No need.
Okay, continue. Okay, mild dehydration, and then.
Alright, so when you're having coffee, that will actually cause even more lah. So try to reduce coffee intake. What you should do is actually drink a lot of plain water during fasting month.
Plain water. Okay, actually, the more term that you come out from your mouth, there's a lot of question in my head, in my mind right now, because that's why we invite you today. Alright, so plain water.
Okay.
Alright, I also do some reading and then saying that some of the clinical, how to say, medicine practitioner, okay, and then some say that, you have to take at least 3 liters of water a day, and some say that, no, it's going to cause you to have the water toxicity. Can you please explain to us what does it mean by, water toxicity? You guys encourage us to take plain water, but then why it can turn out to be the water toxicity?
Alright, I don't want people to be like, what is it, this water toxicity, and then how much fluids that we should
water
be taking.
Water toxicity, harmful, right?
Yes, it's harmful. That is
Toxic environment? Just kidding. Okay,
that's
continue.
even harmful.
Okay, explain about
Alright,
the
so water
toxicity.
toxicity will cause, okay, when you're taking a lot of water in the body, right? So so basically there's a lot of involvement like osmosis, equilibrium and all. So when you're taking a lot of water, it might cause you to be in hypo. Yes, so you don't want that. Okay, in terms of just now you say like how many liters that you want to
Yes,
drink.
yes.
Okay, simple calculation. You can just multiply your weight to 30 to 40 ml of plain water.
Okay, how to do calculation?
Faster.
No,
The
you have to
user
teach me how to do calculator. Okay, my weight right
okay,
now.
let's say
Okay,
let's say
my
your
right
weight
now,
is
50 kg.
50 kg. Same weight.
Then
Okay, so 50 kg you times from 30 ml to 40 ml.
Okay, I want
So
to
it's
count.
either 1.5 to 2 liter.
2 liters.
Yes. So that is like the recommended intake for that person with 50 kilograms of
So if
weight.
50 times 2 is 100.
Eh,
Betul ke?
I said 50 times 30.
50 times 30
30 ml. 50 times 30 ml is 1.5.
1.5. So at least 1.5 liter a day.
1.5 liter is the minimum. So let's go to
Not
2
enough,
liter.
I guess, for me because I'm exercising every
Because
day.
you are 50 kilogram when you're saying the scenario.
But when we do exercise, can sweating.
Yes.
I need to drink more water.
Yes, you have to hydrate yourself back.
I see.
When you are saying hydrate yourself means that get the water and then also immediate recover with protein-based food as well.
Okay. So I've been informed that during SSEAYP program, we intersect between the reality of life and also your experience with SSEAYP. You guys have homestay program, right?
Yes.
So during that time, where did you go?
Which country?
No, during your time, which country do you go?
Sorry. I went to Japan, Myanmar, Vietnam, and Singapore.
Okay, every country have a different style of cuisine.
Yes.
Cuisine. Okay, so what do you think about their dishes or their cuisine? Do they follow the guideline like Malaysia suggested?
Okay, so I would say
Malaysia,
that
very the kampung kg.com. Malaysia suggested. Okay.
Alright. So for Japan, I say that they're very balanced. So they're very balanced. Like they have, it's compulsory to have vegetables on the table being served. And then mostly we are drinking with tea, green tea. So when I was in Singapore, of course, it's similar to Malaysia cuisine. Alright, there's not much difference. And then for Myanmar, it's actually surprisingly, it's my first time went to Myanmar. And their cuisine as well, similar to Malaysia. They have this type of food we call what is it? The bean one. I can't remember, but
The
it's like
bean?
it feels like sambal belacan,
Okay.
but their version of sambal belacan. And then they also have this masak lemak, I think. The masak lemak. So they have something like that as well. But then they are very balanced. They also have a lot of vegetables as well on the table served. But Myanmar is, I think, the most the country that serve a lot of vegetables.
Okay.
Yes. Every meal.
When in Japan, of course we have a foster family, right? You know what? Okay, I don't know. Maybe because that time I'm quite big, so of course big body, big stomach, right? So my mother served a small plate of what we call it salmon fish, and also vegetable, and also of course fruit, and also and a plate of water. Okay, and then what happened was I feel like it's not enough actually, But after I eat that, actually it's suitable to our body. I mean, like I feel full.
All right. You mentioned just now you ate salmon, right? Okay. How to make your body satiety, full, kenyang? Okay. It's actually carbohydrates play a crucial role, but protein as well actually.
Okay.
So that's why I say you have to be balanced. When you have a balanced meal, it will give satiety to your body. If you're just having rice and gravy, of course, you will never get full. You always get to Add seconds. Yeah.
All right. I have okay. Before we go further, but the more question to come. Any of the song from the country that you know went before that you still remember in your mind? If you have a good voice.
I don't remember any actually. I only remember the Nippon Maru song.
Example?
You purposely right want
No.
me to
Come, 1, 2, 3. People want to listen to your voice faster.
Nippon Maru
With beat lah.
sailing.
No, out of pitch. Baik, cepat.
I don't know what song.
Nippon Maru, faster. We have faster. Come.
Okay guys, Nippon Maru sailing the cruise. Salah lah.
Nippon Maru sailing the. Okay, whatever. Okay, now.
You don't know either.
Okay, now. Okay. I believe that since you work in the hospital as a clinical dietitian,
Okay.
I know that there's a lot of challenge that you face. Okay. Of course, you advise people, right? Not to take this, have to take this, blah blah blah, etc. So how do you handle that? How do you educate people about food intake, healthy eating?
Okay, that's good question.
You
when
always say good question. I look so clever today.
See, I'm helping you.
Okay.
All right. So how do I educate, right? So to be an educator, being a dietitian, I provide consultation. There will be like inpatient and outpatients. So consulting people means that I have to prepare myself first. Like I want to practice what I preach. So in order to do that, in order to have to deliver such a quality service to my patients, I practice what I preach. So that's why I have to eat healthily. I have to exercise regularly. So whenever I deliver my service, my consultation, my advice to the patients, I don't feel that guilty. Like as if like I say, you have to eat this quarter half, and then reduce a lot of gravies, take a lot of vegetables. So when I say all this, I feel less guilty because I did that as well. It's not like as I just like, you do this, but I didn't do it. That's not good. All right. So at least they will trust me. And in terms of like maintaining my BMI, that's very important as well, because I want people to convince with me. Like when they are seeing dietitian, at least they will feel, oh, I think I can trust this person.
Okay. Another question.
Okay.
Before fasting month, the smokers or vapors, they keep smoking, yada etc. But during fasting month, they can control it. Okay, do you think that this is due to the psychological or actually about the food intake as well, the effect of the food intake?
Okay, smokers or vapors, right? I think during fasting month is very a good period of time for them to practice, to at least slow down, because they have been smoking or vaping for such long period of time. I don't expect them to immediately stop, right? So it's a good practice for them to maybe reduce, like before this maybe like in a day 3 packs. So after the fasting month, it will be like maybe 1 to 2 packs. So like it doesn't actually involve the food intake that influence them to keep on smoking or vaping actually.
Alright, so my next question. This is from someone, texting me right now. Yeah, because they know that we are doing this program. Okay, this person saying that, asking you about he got gastric. So to those who have gastric during fasting month, so how they supposed to control themselves? What is the best menu for them to take so that not making them feel stomach ache and things like that.
Alright, so gastric for during fasting month, what you can do is that when you have to have sahur. Don't be lazy to wake up in the morning. Eventually you will have to wake up for subuh, right? Okay. So compulsory to have sahur, like because or else you will get even bloated or gassy during the day. Okay, so that's one thing. Wajib to have compulsory to have sahur. Secondly, when you are breaking fast, of course, avoid anything that is spicy. Spicy food will trigger gastric even more. So you don't want to get spicy food every day. Try to avoid having spicy food, and then anything that is deep fried, oily. Okay. As well as you must have vegetables. At the end of the day, vegetables are compulsory. In any diseases, vegetables are the cure. So must have vegetables. And then if you can try to have whole meal instead of just refined complex carbohydrate like plain bread or plain rice. If you can have whole meal or whole grain, that would be better. But if you can't get the access, that's okay, as long as you have the vegetables. Okay.
No, I try to imagine. There's a lot of things that we cannot take. The whole, plain rice.
No,
cannot.
the main thing.
This one cannot. That one cannot. So what can we eat? Only sayur every day.
No,
every day
rice.
eat sayur.
Okay, let's say you have rice and then you have vegetables, and then let's say you want to take nasi ayam, can. Nasi biryani also can. What else? Nasi masak kicap also can. Nasi masak lemak also can.
But like me,
not masak lemak cili api lah. Cili api is like very, very spicy. It will actually trigger more the gastric.
Again, because I have a mixed blood. Okay. So
can have pasta as well.
Yeah, curry is like my daily food intake. So I cannot avoid from curry. So is that
that's
okay?
not healthy. Try to make it variety. Whatever you are having, you're taking your food intake, try to make it variety. Don't take it curry every day, because curry is a spices. Spices cause heat in the body. So yes, it will actually trigger more the gastric. Okay, so
although without santan, the coconut milk.
Yes, because curry itself is the spices.
I see.
So spices will actually trigger the gastric.
Okay, my last question to you, Yana. What is the best memory ever when you join SSEAYP program?
Meeting you.
Meeting me? Why?
That's why we are here today. No. Memories, is it?
Okay, when I said that we are, my last question mesti you rasa sedih kan? Actually, we still have a lot of time. I just prank you. I just want to see your expression.
I feel like, are we wrapping up soon?
Actually, I'm not going to chase you out. It's okay. Just kidding.
Okay. Brain, please get ready. Okay.
No, I asked you what is the best memory.
Okay.
Meeting me, why you think that meeting me is the nice thing?
Because you are one of the 330 plus participating youth on the board. So basically, the best memory was that meeting the 330 plus youth from ASEAN countries and also Japan, being on board together, having this daily life together on board. This couldn't be get in anywhere else unless this program.
Cuk tweet. A trivia about Liyana. I look at the camera. Yeah. The moment I see Liyana, we don't talk each other, right?
No,
because
we
don't talk each
the
other.
program.
Before the program, we don't say hi to each other. But during that night when we have youth talent, those youth outside there, if you have many talents, name it, whatever talent that you have, you should show it to the you should showcase your talent, because we need you, because we need this kind of talent. Actually, we need many potential youth outside there, right, to join this kind of program, right? Because it's very important, right?
Exactly. Like a lot of people DMing me in social media saying thank you because they didn't know about the program from Ministry of Youth and Sports. Like when they knew, like they feel like, oh, such a miss, like such a loss that a lot of youth out there didn't get to know. So they are very thankful that at least we get to spread these such programs that we have.
During that time when I meet Liyana, she showcased her talent. You know what she can do? She can do split. So that's why in my phone, I save her number as a Liyana Split. Not split personality, no. But she can do split, like splitting. But if in this studio, if we have space, you can show how do you do that kind of splitting. Are you a gymnast before this?
No, I'm not a gymnast, but I would like to be one actually when I was in high school. So I have this dream because I was watching this, High School Musical thing.
Okay, I can say that.
So I practice myself. I watch YouTube and see how to do a cartwheel, how to do a split, what kind of exercise to practice to be more flexible. So that's when I started to, practice.
I think that it's not nice for me to say. Sorry, batuk pula. During when you do the splitting, people like, splitting. They takut they scared of your type, takut terkoyak ke apa
dislocated
kan.
Or
dislocated,
yes.
like that. So basically how if I'm right now, I'm still 20 something. Of course. Anyway,
minus something, alright?
Plus something.
Plus.
You minusing, maksudnya I still look young, right?
Salah cakap lah.
Okay, and then can I still practicing doing that kind of splitting or gymnast?
Yeah, you can do actually. It's just that you need to make sure that you practice a lot. Like you do the flexible training on daily basis, so then your muscle will get used to it. But I think not too old lah. Starts young, maybe like 20 still possible to get to be more flexible. Yeah, it's possible. That's why yoga, attending a yoga class, even they start late, they will manage to do certain pose or
Batuk lagi Liyana, can you please give me some advice? You know, I keep coughing.
You
don't worry, this is not COVID. No worry, no COVID. Okay, I do test. Okay, but why this thing happen? Is it because of the curry or because of the soya?
No, I'm not sure because that one have to be a thorough assessment, so I cannot point out why you're having cough. So, but in general, for Malaysians, drink a lot of water. Yeah, so it's very the weather right now is very unpredictable. Sometimes it's very sunny, scorching hot. Sometimes it's very rainy, it's pouring. So drink a lot of water. Be always hydrated.
Okay, Yana, imagine we do some game, yeah. Imagine, not game lah. I mean like just imagine.
Okay, imagine.
If you are one of the prominent people in Ministry of Youth and Sport, and you know holding a position as dietitian, how are you going to educate family outside there about the importance of healthy eating?
Oh, that's very tough question.
Tough question is always good, right?
Good, but then still tough. How to educate when you want to educate the youth, basically life is like a cycle. So it goes around you, right? So when the kids are aware about how to have a healthy lifestyle, healthy food intake, but then when they get back to the home, their household, and then the parents or the family itself still practicing the unhealthy intake. So it's a bit hard for them to get back on track. So that's why I say the cycle is very quite challenging in Malaysia. So that's the reason why we are the youth here plays a very crucial role, not just me, but at least everyone to break the cycle, to start a new cycle, so that the new cycle will be a healthy lifestyle. So maybe the children or the young teenagers might be facing a hard time to be on track, having a healthy food intake. But for us, that is our role, to keep on encouraging, portraying such good intake. That's what I'm trying to do. That's why you have to help me as well. That's the purpose for me. Up all the social media stories to influence people.
Actually, you influence me.
Really?
To be honest,
I'm glad.
To be honest, you influence me a lot in terms of healthy eating. I start to eat fruits.
Why so slow the answer?
Banana.
I'm worried now.
No, because before this I really concerned about my health. You know, name it. What kind of drinks I don't drink? Boba. You know, all those the bubble tea. Okay, I want to share with you something. You know what? A day before we have to submit our health form to KBS, before we report duty. Report duty. Tak nak kalah. We have to come for the PDT.
Yeah,
for the first time,
PDT,
right?
yeah.
Okay. 2 days before, I went for medical checkup, and a day before, I drank the boba tea.
Yes.
You know what?
The sugar spike.
The sugar spike.
Yes.
Try to guess the sugar level.
12?
18.
Oh.
And I'm so shocked. And the doctor said that you still young, of course.
That's
why I
time
still
lah.
can join, right? And I'm so shocked. And then the doctor do some kind of a checklist. Your mother got diabetic or not? Your father, but the most important.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned just now.
Yeah, true. So I try to relate back, with what you are saying. And then I'm so scared. And the doctor said that he want to give me 3 days of the pill medication.
Metformin, is it? No.
Yes, and then I said no. I don't want to do that. Okay, I don't want to do that. And then I try to control. That's why I'm asking you. Can we do kind of a reverse diabetic? Because I'm scared I have diabetic. You know.
Yes.
So I'm so scared. So today's session is very nice, Liyana. Very meaningful. You know. insightful, and of course we have a lot of questions to ask, but due to the time constraint, I think maybe we can discuss more further after this.
Yes.
Maybe we can have our own session after this.
Can.
Live, because you love to do live, right?
Yeah.
And do not forget to follow our official website, kbs.gov.my, and also our social media, JBSN Negara, Belia.my, and also UIPJBSN. Alright, Liyana, thank you very much for your time today. I'm really happy to see you. Again, you are very pretty and much more prettier compared to previous time. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. See you all for the next episode. Selamat berpuasa. Assalamualaikum.
Bye.